Welcome back. You're watching Rise with India, and it is that time of the show where we get you an interaction with a Rise with India champion. Well, solar energy is considered the sunrise sector in India due to its potential for rapid growth and the government support for it. Well, with government initiatives like the Pradhan Mantri Surya Ghar Yojana and the corporate green power program, the sector has drawn attention from domestic as well as the global players.
And today we have with us the largest manufacturer of solar PV modules, Waaree Renewables, with an aggregate module capacity of 12 gigawatt and 5.4 gigawatt cell capacity by FY24. The group has the biggest market share in the domestic market. Waaree Group also has lithium-ion batteries, battery energy storage system, water pumps and green hydrogen capabilities. Company has so far completed 10,000 plus projects in pumps, telecom and rooftop, and they've delivered more than 400 projects in rooftop mounting solutions, which is of course an ambitious government project also. And to talk about how household can save the electricity bill for next 30 years and the entire landscape of this space, progress so far and the future prospects of Waaree Energies, we are joined by Hitesh Chimanlal Doshi, Chairman and Managing Director, Waaree Energies Limited. So we have Mr. Hitesh Chimanlal Doshi with us to talk on the entire landscape of solar PV module and solar rooftop solutions. Mr. Hitesh, thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
बहुत शुक्रिया that
Thank you so much for coming over.
You are truly our Rise with India personality because the space itself is a sunrise space, and you have the biggest, largest domestic market share also in terms of solar PV modules. But tell us more about the capabilities. Last time when we spoke to you, you had nearly completed 10,000 plus projects in pump, telecom as well as rooftop, and around about 400 households were already installed with the rooftop solutions. What is the current figure that is standing right now? What's the current status now?
Thank you again for inviting me. And as you rightly said, Rise with India or sunrise sector, our business starts, or we start the power generation only when the sun rises. So it fits to the exactly the sunrise business, I will say.
And your tagline also, sir, with the sun.
Sun. So what we do at Waaree, we manufacture solar panels, and we have the countrywide distributions and the installation network. There we go home to home or any roofs where the solar power is required, and we install that. So when it comes to the installation, probably we are covering the entire country, and the numbers are growing every day. Today, more than 5,000 partners who are connected with Waaree to install the solar panels. Every day they install or they cover some roofs constantly. However, apart from this, our Honorable Prime Minister, the program which has launched to cover a 1 crore roof, this has accelerated everything. And this is, in my opinion, the game changer in a rooftop in the country. It's not only helping to generate the more power. To give you the numbers, 1 crore roof, when they will be installed, will be having a 30,000 megawatt. That is a 30 gigawatt of the solar power generation only from this one scheme.
Yeah.
So as number counts, what you are asking me, I think it's growing every hour, and this will continue to grow. We are making a more and more powerful panels. In other words, higher efficiency panels. When I started the business, it was a 270 watt panel at 2 square meter. Today we are offering the customers 550 to 600, and probably now in coming days 700 watt panels.
Okay.
So at the smaller the area of the roof, we will have the more power generation, or I will say at the similar area of the roof, what power we were generating with our panels maybe 3 years back, now we are generating almost double than it. So this is the biggest change, I'll say, to the customers.
Right. But just a small follow-up to that also, Ankita, because what we have seen is that there is some kind of acceptance level amongst the consumers, or maybe there's more awareness which consumer needs to be done, because government is giving a significant subsidy around about 40% for 3 kilowatt, which is enough of capacity to lit up at least an average household. But is there a more awareness, consumer needs to be more aware, or there needs to be more push required?
I think awareness is there, only the action is required.
Yeah.
And, most of the consumers in the country now, they know that by putting the solar panel, they will save their electricity bill from 30% to 60%. And payback with the subsidies also, they know that it is much lesser. When it goes to the industries on a small scale or medium scale industries, where the power prices are much higher than what we pay at our home, the payback is much faster. But apart from that, there is accelerated depreciation benefits are also available, and the loans from the banks are also available at the lower interest cost.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, most of them knows that the solar is no better now. It's matter of only the focus and execution.
Sure.
Is the only the stopper now.
Sure.
Right. Mr. Doshi, speaking of which, areas like Gujarat, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Delhi, they're doing very well. They're leading the way. But, for others to pull up their socks, whether it is in terms of policies or, in terms of getting approvals from the electricity distribution companies, do you think there is more impetus required by the government there?
I think little bit continuous marketing from the government
Right.
will help definitely. And the benefits which government is giving, that probably the government has already
Right.
started working on it. We are seeing a lot of advertisements now and a lot of proactive actions by the government. So there is a lot of support in all the way. It's matter now the consumers understand this quickly and they installed.
Right.
Mr. Doshi, we've seen that Waaree Group has capabilities in lithium-ion batteries also, even battery energy storage also, hydrogen also. Tell us about your plans in these spaces also.
So Waaree is working on the energy transition.
Yeah, right.
We started with the solar, and last few years we are taking the company towards the energy transition. So whatever will come in the energy transitions. See, the end of the day, we want to see what at Waaree, if we are using a car or you are using electricity or any other form of the energy in the industry, it should be the green electron. And we'll continue working in that directions.
Sure.
And definitely we'll come back to you time to time as we are
course.
ready to go to the market. And all
Sure.
that.
Right.
Sure.
So tell us, keeping with the solar, the solar space, tell us, in the next phase, where is the next leg of growth likely to come from in the solar rooftop space? Is it going to be from the MSME space?
So practically speaking, any roof, it is a MSME roof, college roof, hospital roof, or your studio roof. Any roof which is using the electricity below that, this roof can be the power generation, you can say the center or power project there.
Yeah.
Economically, it is viable.
Right.
Environmentally, it is the best.
Right.
Speed-wise, you can execute these projects quickly. And with our new panels, you can generate the more power in a smaller space. So the growth-wise, the person, owner of that roof or decision maker of that roof, the growth will start coming from there.
Right.
It is not that MSME will go next or house will go next or NGO will go next. Who takes the quicker decision, that will be the next growth there.
All right. Mr. Doshi, in solar PV modules, what we have seen, the entire supply chain to manufacture the end product, the entire supply chain has a lot of stages and a lot of products which are being imported also.
Right.
When do you think that India and especially Waaree Group will get self-sufficient, that we are not import dependent?
At Waaree, like we were saying that, and what we are working today, we are doing a backward integration.
Yeah.
For example, from modules, we are moving to cells, to wafer, to the ingot. And then only we'll be dependent only on the polysilicon from the outside.
Sure.
Which overall it's quite minuscule. But as a company, whenever the policy comes and our board decides, we'll look into that last leg also. So whole plan is to make in India is that how we are making everything in India, and we are working in that directions. Our suppliers are getting developed for the other components like the glass, aluminum, and other components we use, and we are able to get that from India. So to give you the idea, I think the way our government is working, I think that day is not away more than 2 years to see that we are able to make except polysilicon everything in the country now.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Doshi, for coming to our studio, talking about the entire space. Thanks a lot for this enriching talk. And in fact, congratulations to you also for the recent order wins also. But Street is actually waiting for the major announcements also.
Right. I should cover one line for this order.
Yeah.
This is the first time in this country this kind of the order is placed. The unique thing about this order is this is an M12 wafer.
Okay.
So this is a large format wafer, and apart from this is with the TOPCon technology.
Okay.
So we'll be delivering. This size is the biggest by any developer order is given to any domestic manufacturer in a country.
Yeah.
But apart from that, this will be the biggest first order with this latest technology for Waaree.
And this is the same product which you're talking about, the backward integration?
Absolutely.
All right, that's a new addition.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for your time.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
sir.
Thank you.
All right, well, that was a very insightful conversation, and clearly with so much happening in the renewable space, in the solar space, and of course the data centers that we spoke about, India is clearly rising. But with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Rise with India. Priyanka and I will take your leave, but we'll see you very soon next week, same time. See you soon.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.